To the other big issue from Thirupurankuntram, Madurai, where the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court judge, Justice G.R. Swaminathan, is facing an impeachment move by the DMK.
Why he violated that? How can he do that? When a higher bench had ordered one thing, that is the final order. How can a single judge change that?
It is not supported, it is not correct. And even the MPs, because they are the member of parliament, they should understand the problem. And it is the biased attitude and activity of the DMK government. They are doing it. It is very unfortunate, I have to say.
It is the incompetence of MK Stalin and his government, which is trying to incite a religious divide in the state of Tamil Nadu.
MPs of the opposition Indie bloc moved an impeachment motion against the Madras High Court judge, Justice G.R. Swaminathan. Earlier in the day, Justice Swaminathan had asked the authorities of the Subramaniya Swamy temple at the Thirupurankuntram hill in Madurai to ensure that a lamp is lit at the deepastambam or deepathoon pillar right at the top of the hill, which is not very far away from a dargah around that particular area. Now, the notice to impeach the Madurai judge was submitted by the India bloc MPs. Conduct of Justice Swaminathan raises questions on impartiality, they said, transparency and secular functioning of the judiciary, favouring advocates from a particular community. Now, also deciding cases on basis of particular political ideology against the secular principles of Indian constitution. That's the other allegation. Now, the constitution, in the meantime, says on impeaching a judge, these are the conditions: proven misbehavior or incapacity, Articles 124/4 or 218 in the Constitution. Now, is this actually misbehavior? Does this depict incapacity? Justice Swaminathan delivered judgment upholding the right of believers and gave nod to light a deepam atop the Thirupurankuntram hill. Now, is the impeachment notice open intimidation? Why is there a notice to impeach even after plea by the DMK government in the Supreme Court? Is this a tool to threaten the judiciary if the verdict is not in line with the mood of the state? Now, is this a sign of nervousness ahead of the Supreme Court verdict? Is this a sham show of unity by this entire India bloc that is already in tatters? Is it always appeasement above the rule of law for members of the opposition, especially the India bloc? These are questions that remain. Let's go straight across to someone who actually represented the petitioner in front of this justice and made the case. M.R. Venkatesh, lawyer for the petitioner, joins us, takes the right stand. My namaste, Vande Mataram, thank you for your time. This entire matter was presented in front of Justice Swaminathan. What's the background and what transpired?
This is a 102-year-old dispute in the least. In the sense, the last round somebody went to the court was in 1923 and got a judgment in the favor of the temple management. People may not know, in the northern part of the country, both Thirupurankuntram Malai or the hill and the Annamalai hill, which is in Tiruvannamalai, both are regarded as Lord Shiva. The hill itself is circumambulated, we pray, we do all sorts of puja to the hill. Ramana Maharishi was in Tiruvannamalai, and here several siddhas are supposed to have lived. And this is also has a cave temple. There is a cave-like structure where people have gone in and they have created murti of several gods, of which Lord Muruga, Subramaniya Swamy's idol, is worshipped there as one of the 6 police needs somebody to hit temples of Muruga. Now, there is a dargah which has come up on top of the hill somewhere, we do not know. Some say 150 years, some say 450 years. We do not know exactly when, how, who, and why it came up. But it is supposed to have got the remains, mortal remains of one saint Sikandar. Some say that this Malay itself is called, this Malay is called Skandar, which is the name of Lord Muruga in Tamil.
Skandar.
And it has got corrupted as Sikandar by the Muslim invaders. Be that as it may, this matter goes to the civil court in Madurai 1923, and the judge very clearly says the entire hill is Lord Shiva. This is Tiruppuramkundram, which has a history of 4,000-year-old tradition. Several saints, several savants have sung here, recorded history is here. So this is a temple that belongs to Murugan, the hill belongs to the Hindus, but a small 50-cent portion be let off for the dargah. Because there is a possession, let it leave it at that, and he gives a quietus.
Yeah.
Now, in 1996, somebody goes to the court and says, let me light the Kartike Deepam, which falls on the Purnima of this month, and says in 1996, let me light it. The judge says, you have come too late. For this year, I'm not allowing you. From the next year onwards, go and light it anywhere in the hill, but be 15 meters, 15 meters away from the dargah, so that you don't disturb the dargah.
Right.
And remember, 93, 94, 95, all these periods would have been in the immediate aftermath of the Babri issue. So he says, keep away from the Babri, for the dargah, and probably keeping the Babri incidents in mind, he says, put it 15 meters away. And this deepathoon, which is usually a pillar, rock-like pillar in all summits where you light the lamp, or in Kartike Deepam, is also available here, and we wanted to do it. My client wanted to do it, and he sought the permission in 2025, somewhere in the month of September or early October. The temple administration refuses, and so he files a writ and comes before Justice G.R. Swaminathan. Justice G.R. Swaminathan, in all fairness, makes the dargah a party, makes everybody a party.
So he
and the question was put to the temple authorities. What is this structure? Name this structure, which is available in the hillock. They said it is a deepathoon, sir.
So they accept
a concession, an admission that it is deepathoon. Second, is it 15 meters away from the dargah? Now, he himself physically went to the top of the hill and had a verification, and in his estimate it is more than 50 meters. In my estimation it is more than 70 meters. And so you can have this light lit. That was his order on 1st of December. All hell broke in Tamil Nadu after that. On 3rd, when we sensed at around 3 p.m. that the temple authorities were not going to light the lamp, our prayer was the temple authorities. My client did not want himself to go. It was only an alternative prayer. His primary prayer was, don't say ki Baba dargah toot gaya, dargah mein kaach toot gaya, ye ho gaya hai. So he says, let the temple authorities go and light the lamp. We saw that there was no activity on top of the hill. We saw that nobody was going there. There was no attempt. We rushed to the judge and said, Judge, this is what it is. Your orders are being flouted. Then at 5 p.m. he calls the government side and asks them what it is. They said, you have asked us to do it at 6. So you cannot order us anything at 5. So he says, okay, I will call you at 6:05. Come to my court at 6:05. Tell me what you have done. On 6:05, the government side tells, we have not lit the lamp and we have no intention of lighting the lamp at that spot. Do what you want. They didn't say do what you want, but it was understood. So the judge says, I am instructing the petitioner himself to go along with 10 others to light the lamp, because my alternative prayer was allow me to do it, the petitioner's prayer. So he says, as an abundant caution, I'm also sending CISF from the High Court complex, a battalion of CISF people to accompany you, and they will help you to light the lamp. But as my client reached the temple complex, which may be around 10 kilometers away from the High Court complex, he found that 144, section 163 BNSS was imposed. Previously it is 144. And police was refusing to allow, and they said, we do not care for the judge's order and we are ready to face consequences. when my colleagues who were there in Madurai explained very patiently to the police officials, look, you are in contempt of the court. They said, we don't care. We are under instructions and we'll do what we want. So this matter blew out of proportion on third evening. Fourth morning, they went to the High Court division bench challenging this order, and that was set aside by 4:30 p.m. on 4/12/2025. Once again, we went to Justice G.R. Swaminathan's court at 6 p.m.
Right.
and told him, my lord, see this, your orders were flouted. They went to the division bench. Division bench agrees with you,
Right.
and your sense of sending CISF personnel along with my petitioner to light the lamp. He once again says the petitioner will go today, because that day also the Paurnami continued.
Correct.
So he says, let the petitioner go and let you light the lamp. Once again, police stops us. Police refuses to do anything. And the matter is posted for the appeal before the division
Why
bench.
this
Division bench
impeachment
has
move?
agreed to hear us on Friday. So on Friday, we will know what exactly transpires.
Right. But why this impeachment move?
Meanwhile, I hear at this point in time, just 15 minutes back,
Yeah.
109 MPs have filed a petition in the Lok Sabha asking for the impeachment of Honorable Justice Swaminathan. It is unfortunate that for the first time in independent India, you are impeaching a judge for giving a judgment. And this is a very sorry state of affairs. I think we are spiraling downwards. I hope better sense prevails and people withdraw the impeachment notice. The right way to take forward any dissent or differences in a judgment is to go on appeal, which they have done. And tomorrow, if the judgment in the High Court is in their favor, is in our favor, what are they going to do?
True. That judgment, the hearing is on Friday. They have said they'll move the Supreme Court. But then why have they taken this position when the HRNC department is supposed to protect the interests of Hindus and Hindu institutions?
I am appalled, and many of the legal luminaries in Tamil Nadu are flabbergasted to note that the first appeal was filed by the temple authorities saying that we will not lit the lamp. In fact, the temple authorities should have first come in and said, look, we are so grateful to the Lordship for giving us an opportunity to light the lamp at the summit. And believe me, this is not a Hindu-Muslim issue. The
Why do you say that?
Muslims have given in writing in 2005 and no objection to lighting of the lamp 15 meters away from the dargah, respecting the 1996 judgment of the Madras High Court. So this is not a Hindu-Muslim problem. It is, northerners may be bewildered, but the fact of the matter is this is not a Hindu-Muslim problem. This is a Hindu DMK government problem.
You are saying 2005 Muslims have given a written NOC that they don't have a problem if lamp is lit 15 meters away. Then why is the DMK government resisting, and why move against Justice Swaminathan, calling him an RSS judge, etc.?
The Hindu Munani will have a problem, or Hindu groups will have a problem, because they have to assert the right of the Hindus. If they don't assert, do you think Communist Party India Marxists will come and assert the right? Now, if for the labor class, the labor unions don't do it, who else will do it? Now, this is something as simple as that, and I don't find fault with the Hindu Munani for taking the cause. And look at it, the Uchi Pilliyar, as the name suggests, in roughly
DMK said that
translated
it's been lit
to
there.
English, is Summit Ganesha. But the Summit Ganesha is not in the summit. He is just 50 meters away from the temple in the ascendancy. He is just 50 meters, where the topmost point is around 500 meters. So he is 450 meters below. And they want to light it so that they are so scared of the dargah, and the Muslim people may be offended. Actually, the Muslim peoples are not offended. And it is a hallucination on part of the DMK government to believe that the Muslims are offended, and Muslim may be offended, and thereby they may not vote the DMK government, and hence are taking a very, very anti-Hindu stand. I think better sense should prevail on the DMK government. I hope that Lord Muruga will guide them, because the way that they are doing is going to be catastrophic for the Tamil Nadu social fabric.
Right. M.R. Venkatesh, thank you for speaking with us. Let's go across to our other panelists who are with us. Narayanan Tirupati of the BJP, Tamil Nadu BJP, Salem Dharanidharan, spokesperson of the DMK. Dr. Anand Ranganathan should join us any moment now, and Pulla Rao, political analyst. Namaste. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Thank you for your patience, but that was M.R. Venkatesh. Selam Dharnidharan, how do you want to respond? He says that the Muslims have given an NOC in 2005. The court came and measured the distance and it is more than 15 meters. Then why is the DMK resisting and also moving to impeach Justice Swaminathan, who seems to have gone by the book on this? Your thoughts?
Good evening to you viewers and pleasure to be on your show after a long time.
Yes, good to have you with us too. Thank you.
So the issue is not about Hindu, Muslim or religious, anything to do with religion. It is about one party trying to create religious disharmony. That is the matter here. I will also tell you, in para 7 of the judgment issued by the justice, he himself says that the dargah side has given opposition. Again, the same justice on the para 40 says there is no opposition. So there is a contradiction therein within the judgment itself, where para 7 says there is strong opposition and the para 40 says there is no opposition. I will go back to the history. The history itself, it is for the last hundreds of years, the Deepam has been lit in Uchi Pilaya temple, and this temple is a cave temple. So Uchi Pilaya temple, there is also archaeological evidence to say that even before 1,000 years, the Deepam was lit there. That is point number one. The point number two, why the police did not allow for a Deepam to be lit was because to prevent law and order issue from happening, because it was not the wish of the Hindus or the temple administration to go and light the Deepam there. It were some private individuals who were saying that they represent the Hindus. That's the question. Now, who are they to represent the Hindus? They claim they represent, but I am saying, even DMK, you may say it's an anti-Hindu party, it's not. DMK has done more for Hinduism than any other party has. This is a very important point to note. Just because we follow the constitution, which is secularism, right? That is to take care of everyone, even the minorities, even if they are maybe 100 in number or 1,000 in number or few lakhs in number, it is a job to also protect their rights. But here, for centuries, the Deepam has been lit in Uchi Pilayar land. So what is the issue there? Even Muslims have been coming there and joining the Deepam. So it's an example for the entire country or entire world where how religious harmony can coexist wonderfully well. Has there ever been any conflict? This has been the view of AIDMK also until Jayalalitha was there. Even now, the AIDMK view is contradicting. The former Chief Minister Edapadi says, we stand with the BJP. The other senior leaders like Jayakumar, the former minister from Madurai, Sellu Raju says the 150-year-old practice should continue. We are not with the BJP on this. So within AIDMK itself, there's been contradiction on this. What are the people of Tamil Nadu saying? People of Tamil Nadu are saying, let it be lit in Uchi Pilayar temple itself. But then when it comes to impeachment, you have to decouple this. It is not just about this specific judgment. It is also about how this specific judge has behaved over the period of time. I am not against judicial activism. I am for judicial activism. If a judge will come and overturn a verdict for upliftment after 100 years, 120 years. But then we also have to look at judicial impartiality. Has the judge behaved partial in the past? For example, if a justice would continuously go and sit with events of opposition politicians such as BJP politician H. Raja and mock my party for its ideology, which he has done in the past. In fact, a High Court advocate also filed a petition against the same justice in front of the Chief Justice of India. For what reason? For only one reason, that he has said that mocked my former Chief Minister Kalaniar, mocked the ideology of the DMK repeatedly. Sitting in the bench, he has commented that non-Brahmins are not fit to be the priest. Right? I am not against any caste, any religion, but for someone as important as the position of justice, can he appear to be partial? It's a very important question. Can he appear to be biased against a specific religion or for a specific religion? Justice is supposed to exhibit impartiality. Right. A private person is entitled to his own views, but when a justice sitting in a bench, he's showing continuously favoring an ideology continuously. Okay, if he's going and sitting in different events is fine, but only event of one ideology, and in the bench saying that or creating a suspicion that he favors one faith, then that is not good for democracy, not just in this country, anywhere in the world. A judge should be non-partisan, and which is why we have gone for impeachment motion, because he's being partial. Can a judge be partial? We have checks and balance in our constitution. Why do you have checks and balance? If judiciary is having overreach, the legislature will have to check. If legislators or executors overreach, judiciary will put it on check. So what is wrong with following the constitutional mandate given in the Article 124 and 270? In fact, BJP has done it in 91 to 2014, for example, Soumitra Sen, Ramaswamy, P.D. Dinakaran. The reasons could be different.
But then even we never seen a justice before going and sitting on party events and speaking the ideology that he likes. Sitting judge, have we seen it ever before?
Are you willing
no,
to yield now?
not before 2020.
I don't want to interrupt. See, everybody will put their points of view. I just want to say that if you believe that your position is secular, sir, then when there were other justices who were passing adverse comments on the Hindu faith, then the DMK should have taken umbrage, including the former Chief Justice and some other instances. So you've not colored yourself in impartiality there as a party. And if you had an issue with Justice Swaminathan, you should have moved before this judgment had come. The other thing is Justice Swaminathan went down and physically measured based on the previous judgment of 1996, where they said as long as there is a distance of more than 15 meters, it should happen. And that judgment also has not been implemented by successive governments, DMK or otherwise. The other, it has. There is that 96 judgment. The other thing is, sir, if Muslims are coming for the Deepam at Uchipaliyar, and they are participating, then they should not have a problem with the deepathoon. And there should be no resistance about the deepathoon because there is distance from the dargah as mentioned in the past. So, there are some imbalances there, inconsistencies there. I'm leaving it out there. Let Narayanan Tirupati respond. You are deliberately politicizing this.
Can I quickly interject?
Allow me to just come back.
The 96 judgment
Okay.
also says that the temple administration will decide where the deepathoon will be lit.
No, deepathoon is one place where the deepam will be lit. The temple. That's my other submission, that many people believe that the HRNC department is supposed to work in the interest of the Hindu institution because that's the only institution that they actually monitor and govern and control in Tamil Nadu, and they have failed to do that despite multiple court orders. They should have allowed the Hindus to peacefully go ahead and light the lamp there, and allowed only a handful. Had the temple authorities lit the lamp there, no problem would have happened. The first order of the court of Justice Swaminathan was not that the petitioner should go. It was asking the HRNC officials to go ahead and just light the lamp there. Now, had that been done on the first day itself, all of this would not, and nobody would have gone up also. Their HRNC department could themselves have done it. I'm just saying that was the final.
Lighting of Deepathoon Uchipaliyar has been happening even before HRNC was founded.
Let's not get into...
Even before the HRNC was founded 120
I understand,
years back.
but Uchipaliyar is different, Deepathoon is different. Deepathoon is at the Shikharam at 450 meters higher than the Uchipaliyar temple. I have been to Tirupurankuntram and we heard M.R. Venkatesh, so you would appreciate that. The point is, sir, that if you are going to respect sentiments and behave as a secular entity, I saw what happened at the Kanchi Kamakshi temple. There was refurbishment and renovation work that is being undertaken. I've gone ahead and physically seen, and I commend the DMK for undertaking that, elections or otherwise. But if you are going to say that you are impartial, then, sir, you have to respect Hindu sentiment and ensure that Hindu faith is also upheld as much as any other faith is. And HRNC department could have gone ahead and just 2 members could have gone ahead and lit the lamp at the Deepathoon and the matter would have ended there. That's my submission. Narayanan Tirupati deliberately trying to politicize this because the BJP has no other card except the Hindutva card. Please respond.
Who politicized this? The BJP never politicized it. Somebody went to the court, Mr. Rama Ravi Kumar. He is the petitioner. The judge has given the judgment. And the duty of the government, the police and the collector is to obey what the judge has said. You have violated entire law. Vinasakale Viparita Buddhi, that is what the DMK has done today on an impeachment motion against the particular judge. See, this is because when defeat comes, obviously they lose everything and they have lost their minds today and they have gone for an impeachment motion. That is what I feel. Number one, Anand, is that a disputed site? No. To whom this land, that place belongs to? It belongs to the temple. And the Seram Dharnidharan initially said, there is not a problem between Hindus and Muslims. Then he says the judge delivered a verdict against a particular community. How will it happen? When Dharnidharan says there is no problem between Muslims and Hindus, how this judgment will affect the Muslims? It is not possible. This is appeasement of minorities, what the DMK has done. And it is the eradication of Sanatan Dharma, as told by Udayanidhi Stalin. Sanatan Dharma means Hindu religion. They want to eradicate Hindu religion. That is what this DMK government is doing. And see, Anand, that was a very great question from the 2-judge bench the other day, which M.R. Venkatesh, of course, he did not have time. The 2-judge bench very clearly mentioned, when did you brought this 144? order in that place. That is after the judgment only. Okay, what is your problem? They say that the law and order problem will come if the lamp is lit there. Who will create a law and order problem? Is the one who goes and lit will create? No. Then DMK is thinking that someone or some group or some people will go against this and they will create law and order problem. Is it not the duty of the government to see to it that those group or a person or that organization to be controlled? And it is the duty of them. But whereas the police official says, the commissioner says, yes, we got this 144 only after the court verdict. What do you want to do? Do whatever you want. I will face the consequences. Now they are going to face the consequences. Very simple, Anand. It is our place. And as you rightly pointed out, the first day itself, they should have gone there and the entire problem is solved. DMK, and after all things, we against Mr. G.R. Swaminathan is Justice Party. The Chief Minister proudly says, this is the Nietzsche, that is the extended arm of Justice Party. It is an anti-Brahmin party just because Mr. G.R. Swaminathan is a Brahmin. That is what the DMK handles in social media also says. This party, DMK and its allies, very clearly, just because he is a Brahmin, he is targeting him. This is what is happening. And also they are targeting the Hindu sentiments.
See,
It's not true at all.
Okay, the DMK may respond and they may say that it is not based on the justice's caste. If they had a problem with him being Brahmin in the past, he's passed many judgments and they could have moved impeachment motion against him at that time.
They were waiting for the opportunity.
My simple submission yet again is that Justice Swaminathan went physically to that particular place.
Yes.
He measured the place and he said it is more than 15 meters. The distance is more than 17 meters. The fact is that if you respect all faiths equally, then you would have respected the faith that and a pratha which is happening for thousands of years. Now, post 1992, Babri structure demolition, whatever was the situation and the issue, after the 1996 judgment, which said that next year onwards you can light it, then successive government should have allowed that. It has not been allowed. Now, to move against Justice Swaminathan, also Dr. Ranganathan and Pulla Raoji, just quickly, thank you for your patience, also reeks of a certain attitude which says, I can fix you.
Yeah.
But the fact is that if you are a democratically elected government and a government that wants to uphold the constitution, then you should not go about wanting to fix somebody. You should challenge that person's judgment in a higher court and get a verdict against. If the Supreme Court doesn't overrule, even before you move the court, you have decided to impeach this judge. So it somehow sends mixed signals. Agree, disagree. Dr. Ranganathan and then Pulla Rao.
Disagree, Anand, good evening, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Disagree because it does not send mixed signal. It sends just one signal, that we are dictatorial, authoritarian, and we will do as we please. Earlier, they wanted to eradicate Sanatana Dharma. Now they want to eradicate justice itself. The DMK government is not only criminal contempt of court, it is now flexing its power in wanting to impeach a judge whose considered judgment went against the nefarious designs of the government and exposed its rabid anti-Hindu communal bigotry. And the tragedy, Anand, is that while the same Supreme Court went out of its way recently to protect a High Court judge charged with corruption, here they are silent when a High Court judge is being virulently abused and harassed by a government. My respects to Justice Swaminathan for standing up to this brute harassment. Here are 5 reasons why Justice Swaminathan gave his judgment in favor of the Hindus wanting to light the deepathoon lamp. I deal only with facts, as you know. Number 1, historical ownership and legal precedent. The deepathoon is located in the unoccupied portion of the hill that has belonged to the Hindu temple since time immemorial, as confirmed by the 1920 Privy Council judgment, which held that only specific areas, the mosque summit and steps, belong to Muslims, while the rest, including the lower peak, is temple property. Number 2, cultural and religious tradition. Lighting lamps atop hills during the Tamil month of Kartigai is long-standing Tamil tradition, and the temple management has a duty to maintain and restore such customs as long as they do not breach constitutional morality. Number 3, no offense or impact on others. Lighting the lamp is a sacred act that cannot offend anyone's sensibilities, does not affect the rights of the nearby dargah or Muslims, and is situated at least 50 meters away outside any Muslim occupied areas and beyond prescribed safety zone. Number 4, accession of property rights. Regular lighting of the lamp as dictated by courts at deepathoon serves to assert that protects the temple's title over property, preventing potential encroachments and ensuring the temple's rights are not jeopardized. 5. Distinction from pyre dispute. Unlike previous court cases that dealt with lighting the hilltop was summit which belongs to Muslims, this judgment pertains specifically to the deepathoon on the top peak, which is undisputed temple property. Now, finally, important 30 seconds. Is it an overruling of the 2017 judgment? No. Justice Swaminathan framed it as enforcing undisputed property rights via a non-intrusive ritual, distinguishing it from prior hilltop disputes. And besides, the 2017 judgment itself contradicted the 1996 judgment that said that temple management could light the deepam at alternate places on the hill in the future, but only after ensuring the site was at least 15 meters away from dargah boundary. In this case, it is 50 meters away.
Okay. Salem Dharnidharan wanted to say something. Yes, Salem.
See, firstly and foremost, I'll give a rebuttal also to the BJP spokesperson Nara in Tirupati. Firstly, DMK is not anti-Brahmin. If you remember, Periyar and Rajagopalachari were greatest friends. It only asks for social justice, and also my current Advocate General of the Tamil Nadu government is also a Brahmin. So DMK as a party is not against anyone from any caste or community. Okay, we seek justice. The question the Justice Party uses is why should one job be occupied by one community? It was the only question that asked, but not against any individuals. It is about additional power that was given. That was the only question.
But the moment you bring community, then you're erasing merit altogether, Salem. You agree, right? It should be on merit, not on based of your caste or your background. It should be based on merit.
As such is a very abstract and illusionary concept. No, then it comes information assembly, but that's a different debate.
Okay.
But then we never address one important question. That important question is, can a justice be partial? If he is partial by how? It could be of any
partial
caste,
how?
right? And religion,
right?
But then or color. But if he is showing preference to someone of specific color, religion, caste, then he has to be. But you can request him
who
to be
gets to
impeached.
decide that?
It's desirable.
No, that has to be decided only.
The people get to decide.
No,
the people. No, I'm coming there.
Here it is a political party. Right now, you have not moved
No, I'm coming there. It's
you
very
have not
interesting
moved the top court.
The people will decide. People will decide. So who are
Sir,
people representatives? The parliament.
Who is the government?
No.
That is where the
Decision
people-
bench of the
So why
Madras High
can't
Court
people
did not
decide?
rule in your favor. That was a 2-judge bench. They did not rule in your favor. You have not yet moved the Supreme Court, and you have not got a ruling
have moved the
there.
Supreme Court.
So you have to get a ruling from the Supreme Court. The matter is still posted in
But
front
it's
of the
not only
Madras
about
High
this
Court.
matter, no, sir. I think in the beginning when I spoke, I made it
Correct. You
very
said
clear.
that. You said
have
that
to
you
decouple.
have past experiences, but that has not had a noting or a mention anywhere else. And right now, the move looks purely political and vindictive. That's my submission. Yes, Pullarauji, final word. I have run.
10 seconds. I'll make the last point I wanted to
No,
make.
see, the main
And then-
thing,
Okay.
Narasimhaji, is these are legacy
Sorry,
issues.
he's not spoken
We have-
at all. Allow him, please. Yes,
Okay, fine,
Pullarauji.
sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
these are legacy issues. We have to be very careful in this vast country. We have heard a lot of nice opinions. We have heard our friend, the advocate, also spoke. Law is one thing. One thing I just want to remind you, our books, our laws have come from Paris. It's a Napoleonic code. A judge should be restrained, any judgment. Tomorrow another judge will get up and say this caste, that caste, and this reservation, that reservation. We need stability and sthirta in this society. You have to go slow. A judge should not be too activist. And I feel on legacy issues, whatever the right may be, you have to be very careful. You can't keep on raising these embers of fires, any issue. And I think very, very wise men in the Hindu society also have been saying that. You have to be very slow. The judge can't do this in this manner. He has to face
No,
this
in
now,
what
whether he
manner?
goes.
Be specific. Don't generalize. This
He
is
has
the
to
order.
face. There was
Be
no
specific.
need. There was
In what
no
manner?
need. There was no need to go into every legacy issue in this. First,
No. What is
Let
there is no
society
need?
sort it out.
This is not the
Let
judge.
society
It is
sort
a
it out.
petitioner,
Let me
it's a
speak.
common man who has got
Mr.
response.
Tirupati,
No,
I
one
didn't
minute,
interrupt you when you spoke. You're
let
a
him
respectable
complete.
man.
Let him complete.
Like, you're a senior
Narayan
person.
Tirupati,
Let
let
us
him
hear it
complete.
out.
Let him
These are
complete.
legacy issues.
Where-
This country is besieged with so many legacy issues. A judge should be a
Coming to-
Napoleonic
coming
judge. They have to be restrained. I don't
You
care
will
about the
decide
merits,
as you
demerits
don't
of the
think
case.
justice.
Anand, 5 seconds.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
That is why I respect Pullarao, because we have a wonderful debate to and fro. I want to ask him a very simple question. He says society should sort out the legacy issue, not a judge. Was Ram Janam Bhoomi Babri Masjid a legacy issue? And did society sort it out, or did the Supreme Court sort it out?
Yes, it took the Supreme Court decades and decades and decades. Then
Aren't you contradicting yourself?
Society accepted it.
Sir.
Society accepted it.
Sir, the judgment...
Did society sort it out, sir, or did the judge sort it out?
Society accepted it.
See,
Society sorted it out.
See, if you can't convince, confuse and confound, Pulla Rauji is a past master at it. I'm just saying very clearly, these utterances did not come when there were judges who passed adverse comments or took political positions despite being in office. When 4 of them sat down on a dharna, when the parliament passed the National Judicial Accountability Bill, then what happens? And at that time, where was the DMK, and did it move to impeach those judges, or did it stand in support with them? So there can be questions that can be asked. My simple point is, sir, has the judge done the due diligence? Has he heard all of them? Did he go and measure it and then honor the 1996 judgment itself? Is there a note of NOC from the Muslim Paksh in 2005 already in place? Amidst all of that, who was going to cause law and order trouble? Who should be herded and policed? Those who threaten law and order trouble, or those who claim that I just need to light my lamp? You do it for me if you don't want me to do it, but at least do it for me if you're supposed to safeguard my interests. That was the humble submission that came first up. On day one, had this lamp been lit by 2 members of the HRNC, the matter would have been resolved there. I have to wind up right now. We will see how the courts decide, because the matter is being pursued legally also. Politically is another thing. I've run out of time. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you very much. Dr. Ranganathan, please stay on.